السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. جمعة مباركة. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. We are in Rajab, and today we're gonna talk about the Isra wal Miraj. It's really also a great opportunity to say as-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, because today is Al-Jumu'ah, Friday. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu was-salam. Alright, it have been said like in the Rajab or in Rabi' al-Awwal, but the most scholars said that Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj was in Rajab. Anyway, it's really great opportunity to talk about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, the night journey and the ascension. It is in this period, in the year of Al-Huzn, Aam al-Huzn, the year of the grave. If you read about the Prophet ﷺ seerah, his biography, what happened in this year? Number one, his uncle Abu Talib died. If you know Abu Talib, he wasn't a believer, he wasn't a Muslim, but he was a protector to the Prophet ﷺ, and he was the chieftain of Quraysh. That's why all the Qurayshi people respected him. So he passed away now, and the Prophet ﷺ remained without his uncle, his protector, and also his wife, his lovely wife Khadija bint Khuwaylid, died in the same year. And then what the Prophet ﷺ did, he went to Al-Ta'if and he went to another places around, another cities around Mecca, to call the people. Maybe some people will support him. And then he went to Al-Ta'if. They were so mean to him, they were rude to him. And then in this year, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala consoled the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and it was like a gift, this journey from Al-Masjid al-Haram to Al-Masjid al-Aqsaa, and then up to the heavens. In this period, as we said, the Prophet's night journey, Al-Isra, from Al-Masjid al-Haram to Al-Masjid al-Aqsaa, Jerusalem, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. So, and his ascension from which is Al-Mi'raj, from there, Al-Masjid al-Aqsa, up to the heavens. He was with Jibreel alayhi salam, and he was taken on a wonderful animal, which is al-Buraaq, al-Buraaq, which was bigger than donkey and smaller than mule, and whose stride reached as far as his eye could see. Subhanallah. I want you to know this: the night journey and the ascension were physical experiences of both body and soul. We do believe in that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it in the Quran, and also a lot of ahadith. So we do believe as a Muslim that Al-Isra and Mi'raj was by the body and the soul of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. And we believe that the Prophet ﷺ is a prophet, and angel gave him the Quran. So we're already believers, and this is not hard to believe, right? Maybe Quraysh, they were, oh, how you go from Mecca to Al-Qudus in just one night? I think you can do that now by airplane and stuff. They cannot imagine, right? But now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ala kulli shay'in qadir is able to do anything subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these two journeys are miraculous. It's a miracle, one of the miracles of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know that the Prophet alayhi wasallam was supported by a lot of miracles, and this is one of these miracles. But the most major one is Al-Quran al-Kareem. Okay, let's go back again to this amazing journey. And when he arrived to Al-Aqsa, he tighted at the gate, which is, the Ha'it al-Buraaq, but the Israeli people call it al-Mabka, which is the crying wall. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala free Al-Aqsa one more time to the Muslims one more time again, Ameen Rabbil Alameen, and protect and save and grant the victory to our brothers and sisters there in Palestine. Don't forget them continuous dua with them. All right. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lift this pressure on them. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Now we go back again to this journey. He entered the masjid and lit the prophets in the salawat. Then Jibreel alayhi salam took him up to as-samawat, the heavens, and he reached the first heaven. He spoke to his father Adam alayhi salam. So he went to the sama one by one, heaven by heaven. They are seven. In the first one he met Adam alayhi salam, his father. Right? He found Jibreel, Adam alayhi salam, with the souls of the dead, divided into two groups, the good and the bad. And then he went to the second sama, the second heaven. He met Zakaria alayhi salam and Yahya wa Isa alayhi salam. Yahya wa Isa, they are cousins. Their mothers, Yahya wa Isa, their mothers are sisters. Okay? And then in the third sama, in the third sky, he met Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. So let's remember, number one, Adam in the first sky, and then he met Yahya wa Isa, and then he met Yusuf alayhi salam, and then in the fourth sama, in the fourth heaven, he met Prophet Idris alayhi salam, and in the fifth one, he met Prophet Harun, and in the sixth one, he met Prophet Musa alayhi salam, and the last one, he met Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Right? Maybe we study the tree of the prophets according to the Islamic one, the easy one. But I remind you that Ibrahim alayhi salam is the father of the prophets, because all the prophets after him is from his progeny. Right? So let's go again. The first sky, he met Adam alayhi salam. The second, Isa wa Yahya, and then Yusuf, and then Idris, and then Harun, and then Musa, and then Ibrahim alayhi salam. Every time he reached as-samad, he reached with Jibreel alayhi salam. Jibreel asked for the gates, and then it will be open, and he greet the angel, and then he go for the prophet, like Adam, and then Isa, Yahya, Yusuf, Idris, Harun, Musa, and Ibrahim alayhi salam. After the Prophet ﷺ was carried to Sidratul Muntaha, the farthest low tree, and he was shown Al Bayt al Ma'mur, the much frequented house. This is Al Bayt al Ma'mur in the sky, where angels will go every time for ibadah and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then he was also presented to the divine presence, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enjoyed on him and on his nation 50 salah. And this is showing how salah is great. How salah is great for Muslim. The Prophet ﷺ went up to the sky, and then it was obligation on us in the sky. It wasn't like any ibadah, like Angel Jibreel came with the command. No. The Prophet by himself was up, have this gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They wear 50 salah. On the device, you know this story already, on the device of Prophet Musa alayhi salam, who was in the sixth heaven, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam kept praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make them fewer in number until they were reduced to 5 salawat in a day. Musa alayhi salam advised him, he said, your nation is not gonna be able to do all this 50 salah. I have experiences with Banu Israel until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made them 5, but from his generosity subhanahu wa ta'ala, he rewarded us as they were 50 salah. We do just 5 salawat, al-fajr, al-dhuhr, al-asr, al-maghrib, al-isha, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewarded us how many? Multiplied by 10, as he said at the beginning, 50 salawat. Also in his journey he met Malik. He met a lot of angels, and Malik is the angel in charge of hell. And he saw a lot of things in fire. For example, he saw people who take riba, usury. You know what a usury is riba transaction is haram in Islam, which is the practice of lending money to people at a high rate of interest, or just by interest. Maybe you study that in fiqh, inshallah. But they are doing haram transactions with what was their adab, their punishment. They were with bellies far too big to be able to move around. In another word, they were swimming in a river of blood because that's what they were doing in the dunya. They were sucking the people's blood, actually. So may Allah protect us from a river. He saw also those who unjustly ate up the orphans' property with lips similar to those of the camels, swallowing large stones that issued out of their backsides. A'udhu billah. He also saw people who were eating rotten, smelly meat and were throwing away cooked and wholesome meat. Jibreel alayhi salam said, they are the adulterers who had wives but had illegal relationships with women who were not their wives. All right, as you notice, all the punishment is from the same kind. They left the good, their wives, the good thing, and they went to the bad things. That's like gonna be their punishment. Also, like the people who suck in the blood of people in this world, he will be swimming in this river, a'udhu billah, of blood. He also saw some people were eating rotten human flesh. These were those who engage in backbiting, slanders, slurs, defaming the others by spreading rumors and gossiping and slanders. All right. What was their adab? They were eating rotten human flesh. You read rotten human flesh because when you talk about someone in his bag, now like you are eating his flesh, right? He saw women being hung by their priests. Jibreel alayhi salam told him that these were married women who bore and gave birth to children of men who were not their husbands. A'udhu billah, a'udhu billah. The Prophet ﷺ returned then to Mecca. Having been absent for a part of night, he returned just before Al-Fajr, and then he was taken on a unique journey from the house of his cousin Hani, and then she believed in what he said for sure. He told her about the journey. She was a firm believer. Now, guess what? The people of Mecca, at the next morning, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam told this incident to the Meccan people, but they accused him of lying and used this incident as another reason to make fun of him. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam gave many proofs of the truth of his account. He told them about a caravan had met on his way to Jerusalem and back, and also a stray camel of some people, and he told them about where exactly they were, and he had directed them to where it was. He also described Al-Aqsa Mosque in a great detail. Even they asked him, okay, describe the Masjid Al-Aqsa. Actually, he said, I just entered in it. Like the Prophet didn't say it from outside. So Jibreel alayhi salam showed him the masjid, and he was describing the masjid in details. And then the believers were very happy with this amazing, miraculous thing that happened to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The wonderful event deepened their iman, their faith, when the news was first broken to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Let's say what Abu Bakr as-Siddiq said. He said, did he really tell of these things? They said, yes. Abu Bakr said, if he reported this news, then he has told the truth because he never tells lies. Because of this incident, because of this response, Abu Bakr was given this title, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, as-Siddiq, the sincere believer, the one who affirms the truth. Right? That was the majority of people said that yes, that happened in the year of the grief. If you wish that we can start a series about the Prophet life, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you can tell me in the comments below. Yeah, that's it for today. Let's say as-salatu was-salamu ala nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also I remind you of the makana, the status of Al-Aqsa, the Jerusalem for us as Muslims. All right, it was the masra of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also it was the first qibla to the Muslims. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring Al-Aqsa to the Muslims once again and protect our brothers and sisters there and lift the pressure over them. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen, and gather us in Al Jannah. Jum'ah Mubarakah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.